guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing another vintage baking video, and I'm doing a recipe from this holiday cookbook, which is amazing. It's easily one of my top 5 cookbooks I own, and this one is from 1959. So this one has a lot of really pretty recipes. I honestly love this picture so much. I've been hunting for milk glass everywhere lately and I just can't find any. So today I'm just gonna do a super easy recipe, this Valentine's heart cake. It's incredibly easy because you just use like a pre-made cake mix. So I have this Duncan Hines French vanilla cake, which I was going to use, but then I found this cherry chip cake from Betty Crocker, and I just thought that would be like extra festive, even though they probably did not have this flavor back in the 50s. So it's pretty straightforward. Just add milk or water, oil, and some eggs. Since I'm vegan, I'll be making some substitutions, but just gonna get started. Get the oven preheating. The bowl that I'm using today is actually from my great-grandmother's mixer. It was a General Electric mixer. I don't have the mixer, but I do just have the bowl. My mom inherited the bowl when her grandmother, my great-grandmother, passed. So I actually didn't even know that General Electric made like stand mixers until my mom told me about this bowl. And then obviously when my mom passed, I inherited the bowl. But I plan on looking on eBay to see if I can buy one so that I can display the bowl, because I just think that would be extra special. So I was doing some reading trying to find out exactly when boxed cake mixes were like invented or when they came out. And from what I understand, I think they were actually like invented in like the 30s, but they didn't really become super popular until the 50s. And then I think it just grew from there. And like by the 60s, there was a bunch of different kinds and different flavors. I can leave some of the links to some of the articles I was reading because it's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna add the oil, and then I'm going to use milk instead of water, but because I'm vegan, I'm just gonna use a plant milk. So I usually just have this unsweetened almond on hand at any given time, so I'm gonna use that. And then for an egg replacer, I just use this, I can't remember the brand name, but it's just like a powder that you mix with water, and then it makes an egg. So I did enough for 3 eggs. So now I'm just gonna split it into 2 round cake pans. I think these are 9 by 9, but they could be 8 by 8. I'm pretty sure they're 9 by 9 though. So then I just checked the time on the pans I was using so I would know how long to bake them. I baked them for, I think, 3 minutes less, but I have this vintage cake tester that I like to use to make sure they're done all the way. So while the cakes are cooling, it was time to tint my coconut, which I actually didn't realize there was a specific method to do this until I looked, and then it said to turn to page 134, 24. So I'm glad I actually paid attention, because I was just gonna add food coloring directly to the coconut and just try to mix it around. But this way actually worked really, really well, and it was really easy. So the recipe actually called for using heart cake pans. However, I tried to find some and they were like $20 a piece or something like that. And I was like, I feel like back in the day, people probably didn't have shaped cake pans. So I just got resourceful and decided to cut a heart out of some parchment paper and then just trace around. So the recipe called for 1 package of fluffy instant frosting, which I could not find anything like that, so I don't know if they even make that kind of stuff anymore. I'm not really sure when canned frosting came into existence. I can't really find like a time. I was born in the early 80s and I definitely know that it was a thing then, so I'm thinking maybe it started in the 80s or maybe like late 70s. I'm not sure, but I think that a long time ago, like when cake mixes first came out, that they may have come with a package of like frosting that you just added water or milk to, and then they probably realized at some point they could make more money by selling frosting separate, is what my guess is. So I'll be honest, frosting this cake was a big struggle. So I didn't really think about the fact that by cutting the cake into a heart shape, the edges were like just like it makes it crumbly. It's not like a smooth surface like the edge of a cake would be. And so it was quite the struggle to get it to stick on without like pulling the cake at the same time. Anyway, I cut out a bunch of the footage of me frosting it because it was horrible. And to be honest, at this point I was thinking, should I even post this video? Like, this is horrible. But I decided to just go on with it. So I thought the easiest thing to do would be to use this heart-shaped cookie cutter and just kind of fill in the coconut around it, because I didn't think I could like freehand it. But I ended up spilling some anyway, and yeah, at this point I was like, I'm definitely not going to be able to post this video. This is horrible. So once I took the cookie cutter like off, I realized that it didn't really resemble too much of a heart shape, because the top part, it was just barely, like, it wasn't very indented. So I don't know, I tried to spread it around a little to make it a little bit bigger and more defined, I guess is the right word. But yeah, so here it is. I personally think it looks horrible, but in comparison to the photo, and I was like, I can't post this. But John was actually very reassuring, and he was like, okay, well, they probably had like a professional do that for the cookbook, and there's nothing wrong with it outside of it not looking exactly like the picture. So, I just decided to post it anyway, because that's probably the reality for a lot of things. Also, I forgot to mention, I didn't try dyeing the icing, because the last time I tried to do that with canned frosting, it was just horrible and it took forever and it wasn't even that good. So I was like, oh, I think it's fine just to leave it white and have the pink heart. But it actually did taste good. Canned frosting isn't like my favorite, so it's not something I would like want to eat often, but I do think it looked really cute and festive. So anyway, I like baking. I find it like therapeutic. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week.